sorry.
Mike, look at that!
Nice.
I'm gonna just try to record your phone. So
Okay, yeah, that's
keep
fine.
doing what you're doing.
Okay,
Ignore me.
that's fine.
Beautiful, my friend. And I love that you touch it. I don't want them to think I told you to hold on.
Okay.
Oh!
Actually, these mounts are perfect for kids.
They kind of are.
Hugo, watch out! Come here. Stay over here, buddy.
It's okay.
Yeah, I see this one. They both.
Hey, Mark.
Do you want me to hold it?
You know what that is? Article. You want to go on it here?
Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Should we go find Heather and
Sure.
Waywin?
Sure. Going the wrong way? Go this way? Okay.
This float is something else.
From the same poem. Oh!
I mean, just cheer with the appropriate amount.
Yes. That's Jessica, by the way.
It was weird. The WCCO guy just walked up behind me and started recording the picture on my phone.
I didn't realize I'd split up.
Like, if you want, you can just use the footage. I don't care. You don't have to record my phone.
You can hang with us. It's cool. We're close.
Megan. KFC, Andrew? Hi.
Hi. How are you?
No more presidents either? Cool. That's a great idea. Become asyphilis. Woo!
It's nowhere good. Oh, we almost have it. Excuse us.
going over to where we...
Where we need to go.
Oh, but mix with that sign.
When he was telling us that we're all going to know the Halloween chanting, hell is going to be lit. It's really fun. I'm that color.
Yeah.
Hi, you can
Okay,
see
well,
us.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah, good.
You want to do the broadcast?
Nah. There's plenty of other broadcasts. There's some broadcasts from the very front.
Oh, there are.
I think we should focus on taking pictures of cool signs.
You can go over this way.
I might go walk around a little.
You might go where?
Walking around.
Really?
Yes.
You should stay with us.
Why?
I don't know. Oh no, it's snowing. What was the snake oil truck doing?
I don't know.
I'm with the band. Instead of the band. Oh, what are we saying? Why did he shoot that?
They can hear you.
Huh?
They can hear you.
I don't understand.
I don't know. That's what you get. It's Twitter. What?
Show Heather.
Yes.
See, there's Periscope. He's live streaming it.
Cool.
And then people are making
Wow.
comments.
Oh my god.
And you can like make little hearts. See, the people who like it are making hearts, and some trolls are on there saying weird things.
Okay, that's cool though. And I bet so are probably more people are doing that here so people can check in and see what's
Yeah.
going on. Oh wow.
62.
Oh wow. That's cool. No, I hadn't either. It's live video. And then people are streaming live. It's like
That makes sense.
teaching on there.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you blocked him?
I didn't block him.
Okay, okay.
Only block him if they're spamming. They want me to walk. I'm gonna walk to them.
Okay, walk somewhere.
Don't leave from this area.
Discipline, hire, whatever you can call it. Charge of felonies. I don't know what the proper word is.
Shopping the Statue of Liberty!
But it's really needed because you see, you look around again. You
picture of me and Diana?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot. I seriously was worried he was gonna cancel.
Here, go over there and get the like whole crowd behind us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Oliver.
Yeah,
Can
no
we take a
problem.
picture of you?
No, I'm good, thanks.
How do you like to use the backpack? It's like it looks like oh, it's actually that was fun.
All right, you guys. Again, if you're just joining us, it looks like there's an ambulance there right now as well. I wonder what's going on down on the ground. Let me try and get you guys some more information. Again, this is a protest happening in Minneapolis right now. People against President Trump's immigration ban. We have there is a Fox reporter on the ground right now. She's tweeting photos. Courtney, let's pull up some of her photos just so you guys can see what it looks like from the ground, because I know you're able to see that there's obviously hundreds of people down there, but I'm sure some of you are wondering, okay, what kind of signs are they holding up? What are they saying? So these tweets are coming in from Fox reporter Courtney out of Fox 9 there. Let me just pull this up for you guys. And let's pull this over. Okay, so here are some of the pictures that she's tweeting right now. She said, protesters are chanting, quote, no ban, no wall, sanctuary for all. Easily thousands now in front of federal building in Minneapolis. And here are some of the pictures that she's been tweeting out. This is live there at the field. My USA, stay great. So that's a picture there that she just took from the ground there in Minneapolis. We can see, and there's another picture that she posted. So there's some other flyers and signs that people are holding up. No ban, no wall. Again, people are upset because of this new executive order that President Trump signed banning people from 7 Muslim-majority countries from coming into the U.S. People are also upset from the executive order that he signed last week as well, moving construction forward on that wall. Now, are people surprised? No, because they knew that he was going to do this. He mentioned this during his campaign. But people are still upset. They knew all along he was going to do this. He talked about the wall during his campaign, but people are still upset about this. Again, Courtney there, live, a Fox reporter that we have in the field, tweeting these photos out right now. She put this one up as well. She said, crowd growing by the minute in downtown Minneapolis, where thousands are expected to protest President Trump's travel ban. Here are some of the photos here. Again, this sign saying, we support our Muslim friends. Differences make us great. Let me pull this down so you guys can see a little bit better. You know, everyone out there right now holding up signs. This sign saying, I love my Muslim neighbors. So people feel that President Trump is being racist, that he's discriminating against an entire religion. That's how people on the other side feel. The people that support this believe that President Trump is simply trying to protect our country. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the live chat. Again, here's back to the live pictures right now. This is out of Minneapolis. As the reporter in the field said, there's thousands there now outside protesting President Trump's travel plans. And again, we're going to have President Trump live here in about an hour and a half on our stream. Don't miss that event. We're going to be streaming him as he discusses his pick for the Supreme Court. Now, will he mention all of these protests and all the chaos that's been happening around his new executive order? We'll see. It could very well be brought up. Appreciate you guys watching with us here on the Fox News Now stream. All right, you guys, well, you can see it looks like protesters are moving down the street here. Again, if you're just joining us, this is live out of Minneapolis, where people are protesting President Trump's new travel ban, immigration ban, whatever it is you like to call it. He signed these executive orders, and really the chaos started over the weekend when over 100 people were detained at the airport. This executive order has put a ban on people coming into the country from 7 Muslim-majority countries. And people are upset about it. They feel as though President Trump is being racist and discriminating against one specific religion. Other people that support it say, no, he's simply protecting our country. Again, this is a temporary ban so that President Trump can get a better hold on how to monitor better people coming in and out of the country, I guess is one way of explaining it. People are upset about this, though, so you can see protesters, thousands there right now on the ground in Minneapolis. We've got a reporter there on the ground from Fox 9, Courtney. She's been tweeting some photos there. Again, this is one of them. Let me just show you really quickly here. People there holding up signs. This one says, "My USA, stay great." Here are some more of the signs there. So she's tweeting these pictures out. I'll be sure to bring you guys to the latest tweets that she sends out. But it looks like now protesters are moving down the street here. Again, this is in Minneapolis. This is in front of the federal building downtown. Looks like there's an ambulance right behind them as well, so we'll have to get some more information on what exactly is going on here. I'm unsure if they're trying to close off some of the roads to keep them from moving on public streets, but it looks like there's over 1,000 people there downtown in Minneapolis. 2 new tweets coming in from Courtney that's live there in the field. She just tweeted this photo out saying Homeland Security employees are watching immigration protests from inside Minneapolis federal building. So yeah, you can see some of them are in there, you know, sort of watching as the protesters are outside. Let's take you back to this live scene here. Yeah, I mean, I think if anyone was inside their office or work building, they'd be looking outside wondering what's going on. But this is not the first protest since President Trump signed those executive orders. We've been streaming them all week since he signed those orders. We had them out of Florida. We had them out of Portland. So we'll see going forward how long these protests last and what people really plan to do and how people are reacting. Looks like a lot of signs being held up. You can see, let me move the lower third here. You can see all the people are slowly moving down the street here. And this is live from the Fox News chapter there in Minneapolis. I appreciate you guys watching with me this evening. I am your host, Mary Kate Gaffney, and we are streaming live here on Fox News now. This is coming out of Minneapolis. You can see the news chopper is there on the scene. We do know this is a protest against President Trump's new immigration ban or travel ban, however you like to call it. This is what's been happening for the past few days since President Trump signed that executive order, and over 100 people were detained at the airport over the weekend. Again, this ban is on people from 7 Muslim majority countries. People that are against this ban feel that President Trump is being racist, that he's generalizing one specific religion and not letting them into the country. On the other side of things, people believe that President Trump is just doing this to protect our country and that it's only a temporary ban, and it's just so that he can get a better hold on how to have proper vetting on who's coming in and out of the country. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, or tweet at me at Mary Kate Fox 10 or our show, Fox 10 News Now. Let me know your opinions. I'd love to put them up on the screen here as we watch this protest live. Do you feel that this ban is helping protect the country, or do you feel as though President Trump is wrong for signing this executive order? I'd love to hear all of your opinions here in the chat or on Facebook Live. Again, though, let me take myself off the screen so you can see thousands of people there now on the ground, downtown Minneapolis, protests. And this is not the first day of these protests. They've been happening all week. We had some out of Florida, out of Portland, so we'll see going forward how long these protests last. And later this evening, we're going to be having President Trump live. We'll be streaming that, so please join us here on the Fox News Now show and on Fox 10 in Phoenix Facebook Live, where President Trump will be announcing his pick for the Supreme Court. Will he mention these protests and all the chaos around this new executive order? We will have to wait and see. It's about 4:47 there in Minneapolis. Sun has set, getting pretty dark out there, but you're still able to see the thousands of protesters that have left that area outside the federal building and now are marching down the streets here. We do have a reporter in the field, Courtney, who has been posting pictures. Again, earlier she posted this picture saying Homeland Security employees are watching the immigration protests from inside the Minneapolis federal building. You can see in that picture there. And she's been posting some other pictures as well. You can see these are some of the photos from earlier today. She said protesters are chanting, quote, "No ban, no wall, sanctuary for all." Easily, thousands now in front of federal building in Minneapolis. And as you can see, let's take you back to the live picture. They've left the federal building and now are marching down the streets there. Looks like obviously traffic is not heavy right now, so they're able to do this. One car there on the left, you can see, turning away so that he can find his way home there. But thousands protesting on the streets of Minneapolis. Again, it's about 5:48 there. And we'll stay on this and see how long they march. Again, these are people upset about President Trump's new executive order. Feel free to tweet at me at Mary Kate Fox 10 or our show, Fox 10 News Now. I'd love to put your tweets up here on the stream and air them live. I just want to get everyone's opinions about this. Do you feel that what President Trump has done is wrong, or do you agree? Do you feel that it's protecting our country, or do you feel as though him blocking immigration from 7 Muslim majority countries is completely out of the question, completely wrong? Tim Kaine was live at the airport yesterday calling this executive order a complete outrage. I'm going to put in the upper right-hand corner what he had to say at the airport yesterday in case you guys missed it. Again, I'm sure you remember Tim Kaine, obviously. He was Hillary Clinton's right-hand man, her pick for vice president. Let's hear what he had to say at the airport yesterday.
Some questions. This has been a most disturbing weekend, but I want to thank everybody here who was showing the true face of who Virginia is and who this country is by welcoming people to Dulles in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We are a welcoming state, not a hard-hearted state. We are an open state, not a state with a closed fist, and the folks who are here are demonstrating that. I just went over and visited with the lawyers who have been here all weekend helping folks, and I want to just tell you a story. I told some of the lawyers this. I'll tell you a story, and then I'm going to talk about these orders. The story is this. I was on Meet the Press yesterday talking about how ill-considered these actions were. And after Meet the Press, I went to Roanoke. I had previously scheduled a trip to go to Roanoke to do events connected with the Affordable Care Act. At an event in Blacksburg last night, again, I'm there for another reason, but in Blacksburg, Virginia, a family comes up to me and they talked to me about the fact that with Catholic Charities, they had helped a Syrian refugee family, 2 adults and 4 kids, come to the New River Valley a year ago. And they told me about this family, how wonderfully they've fit in, how the father, they've helped him with English lessons and then gotten him a construction job, how the construction crew has some tough customers on it, but how they've grown to love this refugee because he's such a fantastic member of the company. And members of this construction crew have put their resources together to buy soccer shoes for the kids. A welcoming attitude toward refugees in Blacksburg, Virginia. That was last night. This morning I opened up the Roanoke newspaper before going doing 2 visits about the Affordable Care Act with the largest healthcare system and a large college training healthcare professionals. Lead article, Roanoke Times. Virginia Tech has 100 people that are part of the tech community, students, researchers, administrators, who are caught up in this order, people who are getting degrees and have loved ones abroad who now can't come back. And this is viewed by one of our premier educational institutions as a significant danger to their community life. And then when I sat down with the hospital system and the Jefferson College of Medicine, they wanted to talk to me about the Affordable Care Act. They wanted to talk to me about healthcare, but part of healthcare is the workforce. And they talked about their workforce, how much of their workforce is immigrants who are threatened by what's going on, how much anxiety it creates in trying to deliver healthcare to people, that wonderful and compassionate healthcare professionals, because of the countries they come from, are now in jeopardy or in doubt about their situation. So again, I'm in Roanoke, Virginia, not Dulles, not LaGuardia, not one of the major airports, but whether it's about healthcare or the university or compassionate work being done by Catholic Charities and individuals who just want to show this welcoming face of Virginia, this executive order is an outrage to them, and it should be an outrage to all of us. There's so many things wrong with this order. I'm going to start with it was sprung with very, very little thought about consequence. The reports coming out suggest that it was drafted up by political hacks in the White House with very little effort to share it with professionals who understand our immigration system, who understand our border issues. The report suggests that when it was shared with the Department of Homeland Security, and the department suggested this should not apply to green card holders, people who have already been vetted and provided a status saying that they are permanent legal residents of this country, it should not apply to it. White House political figures overruled our Homeland Security professionals to say, no, it applies to green card holders too. This is an outrage. Do you know how many millions of Americans are working and living overseas because they're with family or they have jobs overseas, and they essentially have the foreign equivalent of a green card to live and work and pay taxes and be treated well in those countries abroad? Do we want to subject them to harassment and ill treatment by other governments by treating permanent resident aliens in this country to ill treatment? That was the first thing about it that was horrible, that the White House overruled security professionals and immigration professionals who said it should not apply to green card holders. Second, this is applied to turn away from our country people who are coming here on special immigrant visas. Senator Shaheen, McCain, and I have been very active as members of the Armed Services Committee in making sure that those who have worked with our troops, I got a kid in the military, people overseas on the field of battle who work with our troops should be able to do that and know if they help us, they will be protected, not that they will be abandoned. And that's what this is. When somebody gets this special immigrant visa status, they get it because their work with Americans puts their lives at risk. And at least a few special immigrant visas, we don't yet know the numbers, people coming in have been turned away and sent home possibly to face danger for the simple reason that they were willing to help American troops on the field of battle. That is absolutely shameful. Third, the ban on refugees perpetuates a picture of who these people are that is entirely false. Of the 16,000 Syrian refugees who were admitted into the United States last year under the refugee program, 73% are women and children under the ages of 14, just like the family that Blacksburg has embraced that they described to me last night. When they described this to me last night about the refugees, they had another question for me. We have another family coming to Roanoke that's scheduled to get here this Thursday, a mom and dad and 4 other children. This first family's resettlement has worked so well that we've worked with Catholic Charities, and we have another family now coming in. What's going to happen to them? Are they going to be allowed in? The family that is supposed to arrive in Roanoke this week, they fled Syria because of the atrocities and war crimes in April of 2013. They've been in a refugee camp supervised by the United Nations for nearly 4 years, being vetted for 4 years, first by the UN, then by the United States, and now they thought, finally, at the end of 4 years, they would be allowed to come to a community that wants them and a community that is welcoming them, this community in Southwest Virginia, only to now find that their arrival here may be in jeopardy because of this order. So the pictures of refugees that this order paints as if they're dangerous people, these are victims of the worst humanitarian crime, the worst humanitarian crisis since World War II. And when is our nation, when we've been at our best, turned a hard heart to victims of atrocities rather than try to do what we can safely to welcome them in? That's the third part of this problem. And the fourth one is this. This is a religious test, pure and simple. Singling out these countries that are Muslim majority countries and then saying an exception would be created for people coming from these countries if they're parts of religious minorities. President Trump specifically said Christians. This is a religious test of exactly the kind that President Trump said he would do when he was a candidate. I understand that Rudy Giuliani says, well, he's doing it this way because I told him this is the legal way to do a Muslim ban. There is no legal way. There is no moral way. There is no way that is in connection with Virginia values or American values to do a Muslim ban. It was Thomas Jefferson in 1780 who authored the Statute of Religious Freedom in Virginia. It was in Virginia's statute before it was in the First Amendment. We do not prefer or punish people in this country because of how they worship or whether or not they choose to worship. We don't. We don't. That was Thomas Jefferson. And when James Madison was drafting the Bill of Rights, he originally didn't think we needed a Bill of Rights. But then he saw Baptist ministers being persecuted in Orange and Culpeper counties by the Church of England, and he said, we need a Bill of Rights to protect people's ability to worship as they please. This is a Virginia value like no other, and it's in the First Amendment to the Constitution for a reason. But what Donald Trump has done with this order is contravene that deep Virginia value and put people on a different plane because of how they worship. And the fact that that was done last Friday on International Holocaust Remembrance Day, at the same time as the White House was taking out of the annual proclamation any reference to the fact that the Holocaust was about Jews. This is not a coincidence. This is not an accident. These things are connected, and we've got to stand strong for the First Amendment value. Stand strong for the First Amendment value that people are entitled to religion, and we are as a nation that respects everybody's choice of how to worship or even whether they choose not to worship. So last thing I'll say this, and I'll answer questions. We need to stand against this in the courts, thanks to the lawyers, thanks to some of these court rulings. We've got to stand against it in Congress. My colleagues and I are doing a vigil on the steps of the Supreme Court later today, and we are contemplating, we've written a number of letters, but we're now looking at what legislation we put in to retract it at the same time as we're fighting in courts. And I could not be prouder of the number of Americans like these friends in Blacksburg and Roanoke and the folks here who were saying, no, we're going to turn out to this airport because we want to show people getting off these planes that we are a welcoming people, not a hard-hearted people. Last thing, I had a conversation today with officials from the CBP to ask them a series of questions. Here are answers to questions that I've asked, and in the coming days we will have more questions. First, with respect to green card holders, they finally have gotten their act together and come up with a policy. I'm not saying I like the policy, but they've finally gotten their act together and come up with a policy. Here is the policy. It's a little complicated. The executive order applies to green card holders, but green card holders will be allowed to board planes in other countries and come here. They will then be subject to questioning depending upon the discretion of CBP officials, and the expectation is then that they will be waived and allowed to enter. That is the policy with respect to green card holders that they finalized as of yesterday. Others will be blocked from boarding planes where they're trying to come to the United States. Green card holders can board, will have to answer questions, are subject to the order, but then are expected to be waived. Very hard over the weekend to help people figure out what this means. And with that, I'm glad to open it up and take a question or two.
Could you respond to the comparison being made to what President Obama did in 2011? Would you support that and just help people understand, because there is a difference, where you see that?
President Obama did not demonize anybody in 2011. President Obama, as far as I know, never stopped green card holders from coming into this country. President Obama, as far as I know, never stopped special immigrant visa holders from coming into this country. And President Obama has never done anything that treated Muslims in an inferior way. Nothing that would have suggested a religious test of the kind that President Trump is doing. So I think an attempt to kind of slough this off, oh, this is just like what was done, I don't think that passes the straight face test. That's a great question. We are looking for hope, and we're placing our hope in a lot of people. I place my hope in these lawyers and the courts. I place my hope in my colleagues. I place my hope in these citizens. We all have to be active and engaged to rise up and speak about the improper nature of how this was done. And will it be a court battle or a legislative battle or a popular outcry that will slow this down and stop it? I'm not going to predict which one, but if we all do our part, we have a much greater likelihood of success.
President Trump said that catching terrorists is messy. He said something to that effect. What would you say to
Yeah. He's right, but there's a right way to do this. If you are worried about the security bona fides of people coming into the country, then you examine everybody's bona fides the same way. But you don't single people out based on where the country that they are coming from. You don't single people out based on their religion. You make it about security. Vice President Pence, along with others, when they were governors, they put in place bars on Syrian refugees based on the country of origin. The Seventh Circuit in Chicago struck down the Indiana law. They said there's a right way to focus on security and a wrong way. You don't single people out based on their country. You instead explore what you can about who they are, and if you can answer your questions with satisfaction, they come in. If you can't, you don't. But you don't single people out based on illegitimate criteria.
Lawyers here say that despite the judge's order on Saturday, they've been shut out, had no access to anyone here, and have not been able to get any information. What does customs say?
That is, the lawyer said the same thing to me. They said the same thing to me. CBP told me that as of yesterday morning, there has been no one detained here at Dulles. And this was a conversation that took place at maybe about 1 o'clock this afternoon, that no one has been detained here since yesterday morning, and they did not expect anyone would be. That doesn't mean that no one was questioned, but that means that there's no one being detained right now. That is what they have told me, and we are going to do our own work to verify that, but since yesterday morning, no one has been detained here.
All right, thanks everyone. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
All right, everybody. Well, that was Tim Kaine speaking at the airport yesterday in regards to President Trump's new executive order on this immigration ban. As you can see, thousands of people are still on the streets there in Minneapolis tonight protesting this immigration ban. They believe that what President Trump has done is wrong, while the supporters believe that he's simply protecting our country. I asked you guys to tweet me your thoughts about this, your opinions. We accept all opinions here on Fox News Now. I do appreciate you guys tweeting at me at Mary Kate Fox 10 and our show, Fox 10 News Now. I want to pull up some of the tweets that you guys have sent in. Let me just get this up here. So this tweet coming in right now from Elliot. Let me take myself down here. You can see Elliot saying, I don't agree with Trump banning innocent people. There has to be other ways to keep us safe. And again, that seems to be what Tim Kaine was saying during that press conference yesterday, that there's got to be some other way. So Elliot, appreciate you tweeting me here on the stream. Have a couple more I want to pull up for you. Temporary Channel tweeting me this. Trump has done in days what Mr. Obama could not in years. Compel thousands to exercise regularly. Why no love? Well, looks like everyone's got different opinions here. That one coming from Temporary Channel, tweeting us here while we are watching these protests live in Minneapolis this evening. This one I want to pull up. This one coming from James. I want to pull this up here. James saying, I don't see the problem. If they want to protest, fine. But polls show the majority of the country backs Trump on immigration. Oh, so there's someone supporting this. That's coming from James here. He's saying, again, I don't see the problem. If they want to protest, fine. But polls show the majority of the country backs Trump on immigration. Interesting. So let me know what you guys think about this. Feel free to let me know in the chat, in the comment section on Fox 10 Phoenix, or tweet at me at Mary Kate Fox 10, and I will pull your tweets up here on the show. We want to hear your opinions on this. Again, if you're against this, but you couldn't be marching right now, you can tweet me and I can share your opinion here live on the show. All right, you guys, well, you can see they are still taking the streets here in Minneapolis. Looks like several police officers are there on the scene just to make sure that the crowd stays calm and that they don't go on streets that they are not allowed to protest on. It's about 6:13 there in Minneapolis. They've been protesting for over an hour now. We do have a reporter still live there. She's been tweeting photos all evening. I want to pull up the latest one that she just tweeted. This is coming out of Fox 9 there. Let's pull up this photo. Again, coming from Fox 9, says Minneapolis police estimate 5,000 people at the hashtag No Ban, No Wall protest downtown. Let me pull up the picture here so you guys can see. This is a picture that they just tweeted. Let's take you back to that live look now from the news chopper. So again, estimated 5,000 people. This is called the No Ban, No Wall protest in downtown Minneapolis this evening. Coming up later in the show, we're going to have President Trump speaking live, 6 p.m. our time, 8 p.m. your time, depending on where you're watching. He's going to be talking about his pick for the Supreme Court. Will he discuss these protests and all the chaos around this new immigration ban? We will have to wait and see later tonight. But you guys, we're going to be streaming that event. Please join us here on the Fox News Now show. Everything is unedited, raw footage, no commercials. It's the best place to watch. I want to, if I can, pull up some more of your tweets. I asked you guys to tweet at me, Mary Kate Fox 10, your opinions on President Trump's new immigration ban. This one coming from Nathan Kelly. He says, it starts with treating people different based on religion. What religions will be next? Sounds familiar from the 1930s. That tweet coming from Nathan Kelly. This tweet coming from Anna Marie. She's saying, what about the ban Obama put on Cubans 2 days before the inauguration? Was that humane? Where were the protests then? That tweet coming from Anne Marie. I asked you guys earlier if you want to share your opinions and you want them to be aired here on Fox News Now, just tweet at me at Mary Kate Fox 10 and I will pull your tweets up here throughout the show. This tweet coming from Chief Popeye 1979. He's saying he's only trying to keep America safe. It's only for 4 months to strengthen our vetting process. So it seems like some of you agree with President Trump's new executive order, while others are saying this is completely wrong. He's choosing to not let people into our country based on religion. So let me know, what's your opinion? Tweet at me at Mary Kate Fox 10. We appreciate you guys watching with us live here on Fox News Now, as well as on Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook Live. Want to again let you guys know about this live event. Let me just show you really quickly here. If you're looking for a place to watch President Trump picking or announcing, I'm sorry, his pick for Supreme Court, this is where to go. You can say only 40 minutes left until we're going to start this stream here. The title is Live. President Trump announces Supreme Court of the United States. So go ahead and search that, and you'll find us here. We're starting this in about 40 minutes, a separate live event stream that you guys can watch here with us, and we'll be live on Facebook as well. That's coming up shortly here on the stream. But again, we're still live out of Minneapolis right now. Trump are moving around trying to find the best place to film these protesters there. And I did ask you guys to send me tweets, and I will read them here on the air, your opinions about President Trump's immigration ban. Looks like the chopper is back now, found that place where all the protesters are. Police there say an estimated 5,000 people are taking the streets this evening. Hashtag no ban, no wall protest. You can see there's several emergency vehicles there. Looks like they're trying to move people along here. One of them trying to head out down the street. I want to pull up this tweet coming from KD saying, call it what they will, it is a Muslim ban. Keep in mind, those coming in have been vetted for 2 years. Why not Saudi Arabia? Again, that tweet coming from KLD Darwin, tweeting me their opinion here as we watch these protests. This tweet coming in from Abu saying, I am a Muslim and an immigrant. Very proud to be an American. We need to shine bright so those in need of refuge can find us. Scrolling through all your tweets here. Appreciate you guys sharing your opinions with me at Mary Kate Fox 10 as we watch this live. On the ground here in Minneapolis, they've been protesting for over an hour now. Looks like it is getting pretty dark there this evening. It's about 6:22 there. Uh-oh, this tweet coming in from Trump loves you too. It says, I think Democratic voters are just looking for any excuse to protest President Trump because Hillary lost. That coming in from one of our viewers here. So it looks like everyone has different opinions. Some people feel that the protests are unnecessary. Others feel this is completely necessary and that this executive order is completely out of line. So let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys sharing your opinions with me live here on the Fox News Now stream. Looks like Chopper's leaving the scene there. We'll keep you guys updated if anything new happens there in Minneapolis. But we're going to shut down the stream just momentarily and start back up. We're going to have a special stream, a special event, because coming up in about 30 minutes, we're going to have President Trump announcing his pick for the Supreme Court. So give us about a few minutes, and we'll be back up in no time. Thanks for joining us.